Okay, hello, fellow diamond painters. This is the second time I've started this video. Thank goodness it didn't go on too long. For some reason, it just cut itself out. I have no idea what the issue is with this stupid phone. This is how far I have gotten on Strength Along the Journey. It is a diamond art. It is a Chuck Pinson, 53 colors, 2 ABs. It is a 29 by 22 or a 74 centimeter by 56 centimeter, and it is a square. It is the 22nd, which makes it a Wednesday. It is 1:40 a.m. So I am into Wednesday. It's November 2023. So from now on, I'm calling this a whip and sip. Because depending on what time y'all watch this, you'll either be sipping coffee, a soda, tea, whatever your fancy is for the day. You know, I love the brilliance in these trees. Now, the one thing I did notice, from a distance, the people look well defined. So I call this about a 5-footer. You get up closer, and the definition of the people kind of deteriorate. So, from a distance, they're excellent. The trees, doesn't matter how close you get, even that barn and the church, they all look excellent, well defined. This is the section I'll be working on now. And that is if I put you on pause again, put you in the holder, and it stays. If it doesn't, I'll have to be starting all over again, and third time's the charm, I suspect. So let's see if it works this time. And you know, I never noticed, I just now looked, and I know I've looked at that picture several times, but there's deer. Oh, I don't know why I didn't notice, but they're there. Okay, hold, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think you're here. Now, hopefully it doesn't cut out on its own, because I'm touching nothing. So, I started out saying, and I see I lost a drill right there, and that must have been the one that just popped out. It's all right. I wanted to start out by thanking Crafting with V, because she heard on a video of mine a while back how much I loved the Elizabeth Ward containers. This is the containers, and what I love about them is the sizes. You've got the very large, the medium, small, and then the tiny ones. Okay, now I bought 2 sets because I got them on sale quite a while back, and that's why I bought 2 sets. But there still wasn't enough of the small ones, of the tiny ones. And V had bought, apparently a while back, from Joann Fabrics, one of their sets, which isn't an Elizabeth Ward, but it's almost identical. And she said, hey, let me send it to you. She didn't like them. So, let me tell you, Crafting with V, thank you so much for sending those. Because with this kit, there were a lot of small ones, small bags with minimal amounts in them that you know, I couldn't have put them all in one container. I mean, one carry case. There would have been too many big, you know, I'd have had big ones and medium ones with teeny tiny amounts in them. It's stupid. And she saved my butt on that, because if you look here, these are all small. Very, very tiny. And then you have your medium, you know, and then a bunch more tiny. The reason why I like this set so much, and I like my bottle sets too, because I use my bottle set, I use my 30 when I'm doing a 30 by 40, because there's never more than 30 colors in them anyway. And if there's more, then I'll go to my next set, which is a 60. And the larger one I haven't used. I think I might have used it once, the one that's 120, I think. And I haven't used it, but maybe once or twice. I like this Elizabeth Ward. I really love it. So thank you again, Crafting with V. I really appreciate you thinking of me. Becky, I watched your video. I really enjoyed seeing you try to frame those. I know it's hard. I mean, thank goodness it comes with its own. That is really nice that it comes with its own, you know, frames. I like that. I still haven't framed the black and white. I just haven't gotten to Hobby Lobby and bothered with it, you know, to get the mats. The one thing I wanted to do first off is to wish everybody a fantastic Thanksgiving. Hopefully you'll be spending time with your families. You know, and if you're already traveling to get there, once you're there, you know, you won't be seeing the video, I don't suppose, if you're on the road. But if you see it when you come back, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm staying home for Thanksgiving. I'm not doing anything, of course. I mean, I'm making my own turkey breast. And I decided, you know, my daughter and I don't really do desserts, but I decided that I have some brownies here. They're keto, and they're no sugar. And I thought, well, I've got 4 ramekins. I'll just make brownies. We'll have those. And I remembered I have a lot of almond flour, which is way less, you know, carbs and such. I thought about, I'm going to go ahead and make some mini pumpkin pies. They'll be about the size of muffins. And I'm going to use my almond flour and just go ahead and make me some mini pumpkin pies. That way we can at least have, you know, what everybody else has on Thanksgiving. And yes, I am doing checkerboard. I love doing checkerboard. So I'm bouncing back and forth here. I think you get used to that. Let's see. Okay. Was it Sunday? Yeah. Sunday I did the video, and then first thing Monday morning, we took puppy Liam to the vet. I had my daughter, she had to scoot your butt down the steps because the knee scooter will not go down steps. That's very, very dangerous. I just needed her to be in the car to control him, because he likes to, jump over my lap and into the steering wheel and down by the brakes and so on and so forth. So she had him sit with her, and he carried on, had a fit. He's not a good car rider. I don't know why. But anyhow, I took him to the vet, and he loves going there. As far as, you open the door to the vet's office and he just runs in, and he just loves everything, everybody, and he sees the 3 or 4 kitties that the vet's office has that is their vet kitties, office kitties. They're always there. And so it was time for him to go in. He needed his rabies shots, distemper, I think it's a Lyme disease one and stuff. And then he got his nails cut. Let's see, and the flea med and heartworm med. Well, they took him back. It usually only takes maybe a maximum of 5 minutes for them to, cut his nails and, give him his shots if he needs them or something. And so he went back, and about a minute later, I heard him, barking and carrying on, crying and carrying on. And the girl come out and she said, "Do you want him to, is he supposed to have all his shots?" I said, "Yeah, that's what's on the paper. He gets, everything updated." I said, "That was him back there screaming and yelling, wasn't it?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, "And all we did was ask him to give us his foot so we can cut his nails." And she said, "Today, for some reason, he's having a fit." She said, "But his nails are done." So it took them all of, a minute or two. So they cut it, or they gave him all his shots, and he came back out just happy as can be. They acted as if like nothing ever happened. And they said, "Oh, have we weighed him?" And I said, "No, you guys didn't weigh him." So they took him around there, and he's not lost or gained a pound. He's 14.6 ounces. So he's doing good as far as his weight. And that's about what he weighs every month when he goes in. So I guess even if he doesn't eat the way he's supposed to eat, he's not losing, not losing, and he's not gaining. So he's doing good. And he was a lot happier on the ride home. He was a little less rambunctious. And we call his flea medicine and heartworm medicine his treats. And we told him to eat them. And for some reason, this time he didn't want to eat them like he usually does. So the only way we could get him to eat them is to act like we wanted to take them from him. And, chase him around the living room and stuff. And while we're chasing him, he's chewing on it and eating it and swallowing it. So it worked. He got them all down. And so he's fine. He's doing his thing. He's in puppy bed right now because he was laying here with me, and then he started, he didn't want to go to the bathroom. I tried to get him to see if he wanted to go. No, he didn't want to go. So I said, well, what the heck, go in puppy bed for a while. So he went in, and that's where he's at. So, let's see. Oh, when I'm done with this video, if any of you comment, which would be nice, I'd love to hear from any and all, no matter what you ask, say, tell me what you're doing for Thanksgiving, or, what you plan on this coming weekend, blah, 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 all that stuff. It's interesting. What you're diamond painting, and such. But when I'm done, in any comment you put down there, put a turkey with it, or a pumpkin pie, or whatever it is that you guys are going to be eating for Thanksgiving. I mean, when I was a kid in some Italian families, hey, you had lasagna, because at Christmas time, my dad didn't have ham and stuff. He wanted smelt and squid. So that's what we were used to having at Christmas with my father. So, put a little emoji down there of a turkey and, your pie and a veggie that you're having or something, just have fun with it. Let's see, those ones I think are done. I did the arrows. We'll get into the 8s, I guess. Let's see. I keep going, sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. I know there's some other things I wanted to talk about. Mary Cross, one of my subscribers, just got herself a new diamond painting. And I'm sure she's not going to mind me telling you. It is, I believe it's called the old, oh geez. See, now I'm going to mess it up. It's a diamond art. It's a square, which I saw the pictures of her first part of her area squares. Excellent, Mary. Excellent. I think it's the old antique shop, or old antique general store, I think it is. Sorry, I should have wrote it down, and I didn't. But she got it the other day. She has everything set up, and she did a beautiful. I mean, if you look at the photo she sent, maybe I should show it. I'll ask her. When you see the photo of it and you see it close up, her drills are straight. I mean, they are straight and lined up. It's beautiful. And I think she's really going to enjoy squares. She'll be able to do it. I told her, hey, if you get frustrated, stop then. Stop and take a break and, work on it later. Go to something else or just put it aside temporarily. And some people like squares, some people don't like squares. I never knew that, there was a section of people that, hey, I only do, squares, or hey, I only do rounds. I love squares for the details. I think I don't know. I think the rendering is prettier. It's more defined. I mean, I've had some nice round ones though. Oh yeah, there's been some nice round ones. If they're large, and painted by a good artist to begin with. So I'm going to ramble again. Let's see. I knew there were some things I wanted to talk about, and don't you know, they have just disappeared right out of my brain. Let's see. Okay, I did that. The one thing I want to mention, that's what I wanted to talk about. Everybody's journey through life, or there goes my tongue. Some things that, you've done in your life, or you feel maybe you could do more, and things. Okay, and this is not just because of the holidays. I hate that people think, oh, well, there's the holidays, let's be kinder, let's be nicer, let's be more giving and forgiving and all that stuff. No, if you can't do it all year long, why bother during the holidays? It's that old joke, that you think all the good works you do, you're buying your way into heaven. No, that ain't happening. And I'm not going to sit here and really blow my own horn or anything like that, because I don't have much horn blowing to do. But when we were all kind of in lockdown, in those couple years, you know, with the cold. I don't know if YouTube likes you saying the word. I don't know. But anyway, and we had all, most all had gotten, uh, you know, a little bit of money, a little bit to get you through. And part of that money I used as a down payment to get me a halfway decent car. It wasn't a big down payment. It was just a, you know, minimal that they said, okay, you know, because I didn't have as great a credit as others, but if I put something down, they would say, okay, it works. So that's how I was at least be able to get a halfway decent vehicle. And all my bills were taken care of to begin with. I never had that many bills anyway. And I remember seeing on, I don't know if it was YouTube or in the news or whatever it was, where some people were doing a pay it forward type thing. They didn't call it that, but it was where, like, say you went to McDonald's and you were in the drive-thru and you got whatever you were going to get and you paid for the person behind you. You don't know what they ordered. You didn't know how much it was. It's just when you got up to the pay window or up to the window to pay yours, you just say, you know, what are you, you know, what are the people behind ordering, and I want to pay for it. And I did it several times. And I did it because I wanted to do it. I thought it was kind of nice, kind of neat, you know, to surprise somebody. I got, you know, waves on occasion and a horn honk, you know, but I didn't care about that. I just did it because it was the right thing to do. You know, pay it forward. I think it doesn't have to be monetary. You can pay forward a smile or a hello. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. And why can't that be done, you know, without worrying that it's the holiday or you know, that some people get kinder hearts during the holidays. Just, you know, in your journey of life, how many opportunities do you get to do something kind for somebody that you'll never get a thank you for? You know, they may not know that you did it, but it lightens your heart. It makes, you know, it's the endorphins, you know, that I can't explain it. It just feels good. I see I have one up here missing. Must have fallen out, and I dropped my tray. Oh, you know, but the one thing I keep thinking about at my age, and I don't know how many of you out there are in your what they call golden years. You know, I don't want to call it old age and stuff. Your golden years, you know, you know, and if you say twilight years, that sounds like an ending too. I say your golden years, you know, because I figure you live that long, you're worth the weight in gold. So when I'm in my, you know, in the age that I am, I just keep saying, I hope and I pray that throughout my life that I've done something that my kids will remember, or, a lifelong friend that I've had, or, from many years back. So, we'll remember it, and, I think everybody wants to be remembered for something. I'm not rich. I'm not talented. I haven't, done any life-saving, things. You're not a hero and things like that. But you hope somewhere along your journey that if you touched one person, and made a difference in that one person's life, maybe that person will remember you. They may not know who you are, because if it's someone in passing, they may not know who you are, but they'll remember that somebody, saved them that day. You don't know. There could be somebody that's really down and depressed and having a bad day, and they walk by you, and instead of you just having your face in the phone, texting somebody you never even met, and maybe never will, take your face out of your phone and smile at that person. Now, they may think you're nuts, but then they may think about it later on. And if they don't, hey, you still did a good thing. I mean, if there's somebody in the checkout line and they're short by $1 and they might have to take something back or whatever, if you can spare that dollar, spare it. I take my mother grocery shopping every month. I buy her groceries. Not a lot. It's what I can afford. She took care of me when I was growing up. It's my turn. She's capable and able, to do for herself, but I owe her. Not in the sense of monetary, but I owe her. She's my mother. The neighbors next door, sometimes they may not have as much as I have that month, and I don't have a lot. I pass some groceries over to them once a month, whatever I can spare. Because, they say we're our brother's keeper. No, we're the world's keeper. And I know this is all sounding weird to you all. I'm just talking about a journey through life of, what you can do, what you've accomplished. It's the giving of yourself. It doesn't have to be monetary, it doesn't have to be tangible. Like I said, a smile costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. And it's good for the face muscles, ladies. Exercise. I mean, it takes more muscles to smile than it does to frown. So when you smile, you're exercising your face. I know I'm sounding, and I'm not modeling because of the holidays. I don't get into the holidays like that. I don't see them that way. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Excuse me a sec. There we go. There's my sip. I don't see holidays as a sad and depressing time, but I know there are those out there that happens to. And if I could hug them all, I would, but I can't. You know, if there was a few words to be able to be said to change it, I'd say them. You know, I figure you do what you can do when you can do it. And hey, like I said, if you can't give monetarily, which you don't have to, give her your time. You know, throughout the year, you know, you got an aging neighbor, or you know, a handicapped neighbor or something like that. Go on over and see if they need help. You know, you could, you know, you make that person's day. I can't, I don't know. Like I said, I'm being probably crazy talking that way, but that's the way I feel about it. You know, it's still that old thing, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You never know when someday you may need, that was a bad drill. You may need help one day. And if you've never ventured out of your home for them to even know who you are, why would they bother? You know, I remember back when I was a kid, number one, and I know a lot of you remember it too. You didn't have to lock your doors, cars or houses. You could, you know, just leave your windows open, be home or not home. You didn't have to worry about coming home and finding your place broken into, because it didn't happen. Now, we've become not only, you know, locked in our homes because we have to, but we've gotten locked into our phones. We've gotten locked into, you know, social media, and, you know, that hands-off, you know, you don't know who you're talking to behind that screen for real. You know, they can be anybody. It's scary. It's scary that, you know, you get to that point where if you're behind that phone, you know, with that screen, you're not looking at everything else in front of you. You know, you're just paying attention to what is ever said to you on that and nothing else. It's hard. It's hard to, you know, I see, like my nieces, when they were wee little, you know, my sister gave them, you know, used phones for them to play with. I mean, here they were barely old enough, you know, out of diapers, or, you know, and here they are playing with a, you know, a cell phone, so they already know what that is. But gosh forbid to give them something that, you know, that they had to use more of an imagination on than that. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I probably made the mistake of raising my two children the old-fashioned way. You know, there was, you only had snacks on the weekends. You know, that was your special time. And that's, you know, a Friday night or a Saturday. You had a movie night, or a, you know, something with some popcorn, and that's when you got your soda. You didn't have it all the time. Now it's like, here we go. That's how I ended up being, you know, diabetic myself, with too much fast foods, too much junk food, too much being able to, you know, have too much. That's what it was. Too much. Too much of a good thing is too much. So, and I just rambled about just about nothing. Talking just about feelings, and I don't know. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts about different things when you were growing up, that how different they really were, and were they really that bad? Because yeah, I didn't have a lot when I was growing up. Heck, my dad had even less. My dad grew up in the Depression. When he went to school in the warmer weathers, no shoes. You saved your shoes. You didn't wear your shoes unless you absolutely had to. And he walked to school, wasn't that far. Matter of fact, the school my dad went to in the Depression is the same school I went to in grade school when I was little. So, same school. And, but, you know, no shoes. You wore what you could, you know, what you had. And then, like my dad said, when he finally got a decent pair of shoes, they were always a size, at least a size bigger than what you needed. And you stuffed newspaper, well, you stuffed brown paper. You stuffed brown paper in the toes. And you grew into those shoes because you didn't know when you was going to be able to get another pair. But you only wore them when the weather called for it and when you went to church. You went barefoot all the rest of the time because you didn't have, you know, 20 pairs of shoes you could pick for the weather. And I go barefoot all the time anyway. Heck, I've even walked out in the snow barefoot. Doesn't bother me. I guess I've toughened my feet up since when I was a kid. I used to run barefoot everywhere, through gravel, over rocks, through the grass. Heck, when I was a kid, we used to pop tar bubbles on the road when they'd lay new tar and it would bubble up. It was that pitch, the gooey kind, not the asphalt stuff that people put in their driveways now or fill potholes with. It was gooey, and it would make bubbles in the summertime when the heat would hit it. And we'd sit out there, or stand out there and pop them with our toes. And you could hear them going pop, 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 pop. And of course, when we'd finally get back in the house, we were in for a good old scrub brushing with cleanser on our feet. Mom would be scrubbing us in the tub with the scrub brush and cleanser, trying to get the black tar off our feet. But we had fun. That's the kind of stuff we did. We made up our own games, you know, made up our own enjoyment. And yeah, you came in when the street lights came on. You rode your bikes when you had them, pulled your wagon around, you did whatever, you know, made up your own games. I don't know if kids lack imagination now because it's all figured out for them, you know, with computers and cell phones and tablets, everything, you know, all the stuff that they have now. Excuse me. Oh gosh, 39 minutes and I just babbled something serious. Sorry about that. But, you know, that's part of my life's journey, is trying to be the best person I can be. I've got faults. Everybody does. I try to be as kind as I can, and I try to be as forgiving as I can. And that's how I try to live my life. And it's just the way I was raised. You know, you did as much as you could for others because that was good for you too. It's, you know, you lighten your brother's load. It's what you do. And maybe I'm wrong in thinking that way, but that's the way I've done my whole life. And sometimes I've gotten walked over top of when I was growing up, you know, for bending over backwards for other people, but I don't regret anything. I don't regret one time, no matter how many times I got picked on, no matter how many times I got bullied. It made me the person I am now. And the one thing I hate is practical jokes, because enough of them were played on me. Cruel practical jokes. Um, you know, so whatever journey you had growing up, you know, it can either define your future in a bad way, or it can define your future to make you stronger. And hopefully we all get a lot stronger and in a kinder way. You forgive people for their shortcomings, and that's what you do. Because it's no good, you know, keeping them, you know, bottled up and worrying about thinking about it and everything, because it doesn't matter. It's not that important. You know, if you get slighted over something, hey, and you walk away and just keep going. It's not going to end your life. You know, so, well, I guess I've bored you enough. Hope I haven't depressed you. Just want to say how happy I am that I'm diamond painting what I want. I'm enjoying this one immensely. No, it's not making me maudlin. It just, it mellows me. It just mellows me, and I enjoy the painting. Hopefully, whenever one I do next, you all will enjoy it. And I will enjoy it because it's what I want to do. It's, you know, no seasons, no, you know, special, oh, you know, paint this and paint that. And I'm not going to do, you know, holiday themes at holidays, or, you know, oh, it's spring, let's do a spring, you know, one or something. No, that's not why I bought these paintings. So that I could sit down and say, okay, line this one up. This one's for this month. This one's for that. You know, this one I can do at Christmas time because it's a Christmas theme. No, you know what? I want to do what I want to do, and I don't care what the holiday is. I don't care what the theme is. You know, I mean, that would be like saying, geez, I can only paint on this one on Sunday because it looks like a church theme. No. And it's not a winter theme. It's a me theme. It's me, what I want to paint. So, well, that's the end of that. I got to get off here, and it's almost 2:30 a.m., which is fine with me. Still watching my Criminal Minds while listening to it and stuff. I know most all the episodes anyway. So, I hopefully this video finds you all in, a good place that you enjoy your holiday. Try not to eat too much now. I mean, we don't need to make ourselves sick, but, hug your family. If you got pets, keep them close. Watch what they eat so they don't get a hold of something that, could harm them during Thanksgiving, because everybody seems to like to say, okay, I'm having Thanksgiving, I'm going to share with my pup. No, there's some things they just can't eat. So, everybody, have a slice of pie for me, because I won't be having the same type of pie. So, enjoy it. Slap some Cool Whip or ice cream on it for me, and chow down. So, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy. Hope you're all get a chance to diamond paint. Let me know what you're painting or what you finished. And I don't know what else to say other than thanks for welcoming me into this community. I enjoy it. So I will, if I get a chance and I accomplish even more, maybe I'll come back on Sunday and show you some more. So maybe Wednesday and Sunday for now. That way I don't bore you too much. I mean, when you saw the reason why I like the, and here I am babbling some more. The reason why I like the Elizabeth Ward so much is besides the fact that we have, the large one, I don't have all the extra little baggies floating around, half a bag here or a quarter bag here. I can put them all in here. If it's 2 bags, if it's 3 bags will fit in these. So they're all in one place. I don't have to go, hanging around and refilling and all this stuff. So that's why I like this. The containers are large enough for the largest amount of drills and small enough for the tiniest amount of drills. I love it. And no, I'm not affiliated. No, I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm just saying it's what I like. It works for me. And what works for you, hey, great. I'm glad. If there's something that works for you, better than what I have, cool. Because I will never tell anybody what to buy, what not to buy, what they should buy. I'm just showing you what I like. And then you can decide from there, because I made that mistake watching too much YouTube and buying stuff that I found out I didn't need, because I watched too much of the people unbagging, unboxing, and buying this and buying that I thought, oh, well, I need this many of this and I need that, and oh, because I've tried putty and I've tried wax and I've tried some of the other stuff they talk about. I mean, I've bought, I don't know how much things of junk that are just sitting now because I didn't need them. So I won't try to influence anybody into buying anything. You buy what you want to buy. If you want information on what I do have because it's something you wanted to try anyway, hey, I'll tell you. Otherwise, you know, what works for you works for you. So have a good one. I'm going to go now, definitely. And I'll try to get back with you on Sunday. Put a turkey or pie or ham or whatever it is in your comment that you eat. So y'all have a good one. Hugs. DP Crazy Lady. I'm out.